what's up you guys? So today I'm doing a video for my Food Friday. Monday will be Main Monday, Wednesday will be Work It Wednesday, and Friday will be Food Friday. So I pretty much am doing these videos to where you kind of know the history of me, as well as kind of knowing where I wanted to start at, or where I'm starting at when it comes down to these journeys, and where I'm going to end up at. So you can go from the beginning where I started at to the end to see the end results. So of course I have to tell you a little bit of history of how I am with food, my relationship with food, because that does affect a lot of the ways that you react with food as far as feeding yourself and how you go about grocery shopping and different things like that. So it all started after I went natural. After I went natural and cut my hair off, I did a big chop, and it was probably about this length by now. If I picked this out, it'd probably be around about that length. So when I went natural, it made me look at a lot of different things. Like I was using coconut oil, shea butter, different things like that. I was using natural products in my hair. So I really wasn't a product junkie to start off with. It made me look at a lot of the foods that I were eating and the different things that was going in my body, as far as am I drinking enough water, because you know water affects your hair, as well as am I eating enough of the right things. We were in college, so I would go to the caf and I would eat whatever they gave us, pretty much pick the stuff out, mostly vegetables, and I would eat fruit. And they have like a fruit bar thing or whatever where you could get apples, oranges, bananas, and I would get a bunch of those and eat them throughout the day. So it made me look at food differently. It made me look at it as more of a nutritious thing instead of just going in there and just eating whatever I can get my hands on. I decided that I was going to go vegetarian, and that pretty much means that I would have dairy products, but I wouldn't have any meat. So I dove straight into it, didn't do much research, meaning like I did YouTube videos or anything like, things like that, but I never really like read books about it and stuff like that. I never really got the nutritional part of it, especially when it comes to being a vegan. The fact that you have no dairy as well, you have to understand the nutritional side of being a vegan and being a vegetarian, because you have to make sure you're getting the right amount of calories and the right amount of nutrition out of each thing that you eat. So when it came down to me being a vegetarian, it really didn't work out, because I thought, oh, I just won't eat meat and I'll have dairy every now and again and stuff like that. But my body was like, you need some more nutrition. You need something else. You need something that's going to push you through this day, that's going to drive you through this day. When it comes down to food, if you really don't pay attention to it, it has a lot to do with your economic status, I guess you could say. And so with me having to take care of myself, I would eat a bunch of junk food. I wasn't eating technically meat, so it was okay for me to eat junk food. And that's not necessarily good. And as I started to get older and I started to make my own money, I decided that based on making my own money, that I wanted to make my own food choices. And it means that I need to pay more attention to nutrition part of the vegan diet, or of the alkaline diet, or whatever diet I decide to do, or whatever lifestyle change I decide to do. When I first found out I was pregnant with my daughter, which I'm pregnant with right now, I was vegan, and I was trying to do veganism all over again, starting all over again. And I was doing intermediate fasting as well. So the intermediate fasting part I do like, which I will continue in this new journey. But the vegan part, I really have to work on that, because I can't just jump into it and just say, hey, I'm vegan. That's where a lot of people mess up at, is they say, hey, I'm vegan, and then a month later, 2 months later, even a year later, you're back to the same thing, because of the fact that you didn't do any research when it came down to you being vegan. The better way you eat, the stuff you need for your body to be happy and be healthy, and even when it comes down to what type of meals to eat, because you don't want to be eating just salad. I don't have nothing against salad, but at the same time, I want to eat something good. So some of the lifestyle choices that I am planning on making is one part of it being alkaline. Not alkaline to the full extent, meaning like I'm not going to do a full-on alkaline diet, because I'm not just a full-on, like, I believe it's one way and one way only type person. That's not who I am. But with the alkaline diet, it's pretty much doing different types of vegetables, grains, stuff like that, to reduce the mucus in your body. And the mucus is believed to cause illness within your body. One thing that I did notice, that when me and my husband were vegan, is he didn't have a lot of stomach pains. He wasn't really upset in the stomach area. He had less mucus, so he could breathe more, he could move better, because his joints were feeling better. He actually started to get hurt in basketball once we stopped eating vegan. I pretty much want the basis of my lifestyle change to be a vegan diet. I want to be able to make great meals out of just vegetables and fruits. Not necessarily every meal has to have a meat or every meal has to have a grain. I'm not just, you know, a grain. I think it's a grain and beans make a full protein. That's what I think. I could be wrong. But when it comes down to me eating better, I have to figure out what choices do I want to make in order to make this last, because I want to raise my daughter as a vegan so that she know that she doesn't necessarily have to eat meat all the time, that she could make great meals out of vegetables. And that's pretty much what I want to do as a career, is become a cook that creates great food out of just vegetables, because vegetables aren't necessarily too expensive and it's something that you can do on your own. You might not have a bunch of money in order to go out here and buy this meat or that meat. In a lot of countries, meat is a luxury. So when it comes down to us eating better, it could also be as simple as cutting meat out of your diet. It makes you feel better, it makes you move better. It's just an all-around good idea for a lifestyle change that I want to pursue. I'm 8 months pregnant and I'll probably be giving birth within the next I'm being honest, within the next 3 or 4 weeks. We plan on moving next week, so I really want to be able to make frozen meals for us so that we can go in our freezer and get these meals and eat them instead of going to eat fast food. And that's not necessarily what I want, because I'm being honest, anytime I go out to eat, I do not like the way it tastes. It doesn't matter if I'm going to a restaurant, it's just like, it's not as good as home cooked food. So I want to be able to create a bunch of frozen meals and put them in my freezer so that I'll be able to go in there and just pop that in the oven and do this and that and other. Now, me saying that I want to be vegan doesn't necessarily mean that's where I'm going to start off at. So a bunch of the meals that I'm going to be making will have meat in them, and then eventually dwindle out the meat or the dairy or the animal fat or whatever it is. And that leads to also me doing meal prep after she's born, to where once a week I actually create meals, and I'm going to record them and I'm going to show you guys, because I want to show you guys me evolving from a meat eater, from the basic person that I am right now. I'm not saying I'm basic, but from the person I am right now to the person that I want to be. You know, I want to set goals to who I want to be, and I want to work towards this. This means emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. When I look at Instagram and everything like that, I'm a big fitness person. I have fitness all over my feed and different things like that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm fit myself. And I want to do that. I want to become fit. I don't have people around me that's fit. I don't have people around me that's eating great or anything like that. I wasn't taught this. I wasn't taught nutrition. So it takes me to learn it, to give it to my daughter so that she knows about nutrition, so she knows about fitness, so she knows that you have to take care of your body. And I really want to know how to take care of my own body, in the sense that I'm the quote-unquote leader of the household, meaning quote-unquote he's the leader of the household as well, so it's just not me. But I'm the leader of the household when it comes to setting examples for my daughter, for my husband, for our dog, whoever. If I'm not together spiritually, how can I ask them to be together spiritually? If I'm not together mentally, how can I ask them to be together mentally? And if I'm not together physically, meaning nutrition-wise and health-wise, how can I ask them to be together nutrition-wise and health-wise? I do have Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I feel like when it comes down to me curing my body of the chemo that I have had, it's best that I detox and I eat better and I move more and I just do as much as I can with my body in order to make it a healthier place. I want to be around for years, for my children's children, for my husband. I want to be around for my kids. I want to be around for all these people, and in order to do that, I have to eat better. So this is the end of my Food Friday, pretty much telling you where my journey is beginning, to me pretty much saying that I want to be held accountable, and I'm going to hold myself accountable when it comes to being a vegan and creating a diet and slowly evolving and learning so that I can evolve. Not just jumping in it like I did in the past. That was, that's a childish thing to do, is just jump into something and not really know what you're getting yourself into. But I'm more of an adult now, so I want to jump into it as far as I have the knowledge and I can do this and I can complete this. So I appreciate you guys for watching my Food Friday, and I'll see you on my main Monday.